It is now June 9th on a Tuesday at 4:11 in the morning because I could not sleep. I got up at like 2:20 something. How have I been up for 2 hours already? This is ridiculous. Um so yeah, it turns out for the class I have to order a stinking textbook. So I can't do any work for that class until I get the textbook. So anyways, now I'm going I guess, and I really don't feel like doing math today, so I'm going to do more cubing. Yay. So, yeah, I was originally planning to like do slow solves where basically I just like do lots of multi-sliding and making choices between F2l pairs, but I decided not to do that because it's going to be too overwhelming to do that in addition to learning all the algorithms. So what I'm going to just do is only focus on learning the algs and that's it. Nothing else. So, yep. Basically, the only thing I'm going to do is go over the algs once more, and then I'm going to do a very long session where I try try to just implement those algs into my solves. Every single solve I do it, basically, which means I can't turn fast. If I turn fast, I'm gonna revert. I'm gonna automatic. It's basically if I'm turning fast, I'm going into automatic mode. I guess what you could say, and automatic mode it does not include those algorithms in it yet. I haven't programmed it into my brain yet, so the only way to implement the algs is to turn slowly so that I can think about the pairs I'm looking at and determine whether or not I can use a new alg or not. Basically, you have to do that for every solve, which is why when I tried doing that yesterday, my average was 17 seconds. So, yeah, hopefully I can see some visible improvement in one day because, like, basically, I don't want. Like, I'm pretty sure that it's the more solves I do, even if I only do like a couple hundred solves, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. I need to stop clearing my throat, but it's my throat's all blocked up. Yeah, I really hope I should see improvement. Like, although it's not gonna be, I'm not gonna be able to do it all in one day. It might take weeks to do this, but it's gonna be worth it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be worth doing. It's gonna allow me to get faster in the long run. So basically, I'm just gonna focus on doing that until I get my speed all the way back down to where I want it to be. So kind of my goal is just to kind of get my speed either, well, ideally faster than I was before. So like maybe averaging low 8 before I do anything else. So it's just practice, 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 practice. That's it. Nothing else. And eventually it will become automatic. The algs will become automatic, and it will be much easier and more fun to do the solves with those algorithms. Okay, I keep going on and on and on and on and on. So yep, I will go over the algs. It's 4:15. I'll get back to it when I'm done with that. It is now 4:28. I went through all the algs. Okay, so yeah, I was really hoping to switch over to my new computer. That's really what I feel like doing right now. But the problem is, for some strange reason, my dad and stepmom seem to be sleeping downstairs. I have no clue why they're sleeping downstairs, so I can't go downstairs and do anything until they get up. Luckily, they get up early, but still, why are they? Anyway, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I guess I'll probably do a little session of cubing until they get up, and then after that, I'll switch to a new computer, and then I'll go back to the session, and I don't know. I'll give you an update if I really feel like it, but for sure I'll at least update you on at the end of the day as to how the session went. But yeah. Oh, okay. Well, looks like we're recording. So yeah, I just did 222 solves. And the average was 17.84. And my best time was 6:42. So I think there was some improvement in the session because it started out averaging like over 20 seconds, but now it's down to 17. But yeah, I feel like there's still a lot of things in F2l that I still have to work out in my mind, so it's gonna be really slow for a while. But once I figure out all the most optimal solutions, like it's not like I can just I have the algs and then that's it. I'm done. That's not like the algs are not the only thing I'm doing. Like basically, um, there there are a lot of cases where I'm looking at the case and I'm trying to figure out whether it's best to like the best way to solve that case basically. And sometimes it's using one of the algs and sometimes it's using just a random other thing. Like I'm using the trigger like little f r f prime and then the mirror of that. I'm trying to figure out how to use that like to solve a lot of different cases. And that's just one example of what I'm trying to do. But yeah, that's another reason why this is so hard. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going with this. I'm not going back because if I go back to my normal F2l, that's just gonna be mediocre. So my normal F2l was not as good. So I have to keep doing this. But anyways, I'm gonna take a break, and so yeah, it's like 6:28. I'm gonna take a break, and then at some point go back to solving. And oh yeah, you know what I was gonna switch to my new computer because I bought a new computer. But on the other hand, I want to keep this session I'm on. So I guess probably what I'll do is switch to the new computer, and then when I feel like going back to cubing, I'll go back to that computer just temporarily to finish off that session right there. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll switch to the new computer after all, but I can at least save the scrambles on there. Doesn't really matter anyways. I don't really care. So yeah, I'll get back to you when I've done stuffs. Okay. It is now 5:52 p.m. So yeah, so I worked on switching to my new computer for quite a while this morning, and then I did like maybe an hour or a little bit less than an hour of solves, and then I had to drive my stepmom to an appointment, and then after that I did another session for like another couple of hours, and so here I'll show you the results. The average of the session was 19.5. Yeah, so yeah, average of 117.3, average of 50, 16.0, average of 12, 13.6. I got a 9.8 average of 5. Like, that's so hilarious considering the average, but it's just how it is with with what I'm doing, basically. But yeah, and I got a 755, but it's not even better than the 6.6s that I was getting earlier, so I'm not even gonna show that. But so, anyways, yep, that's that's what happened with the session. So, how do I think the session went? I don't know. I feel. I mean, it's just what you would expect, really. It's just what you expect. You can't really say it was good or bad. It's just what's gonna happen when I try to do this. Now, yeah, I didn't see any improvement in the session at all whatsoever. But I don't think that's really what I should be keeping track of. What I should really be keeping track of is my recognition time for the new cases that I'm doing. So like if I see a case, like the time that it takes to recognize that case, I think that's how I should be measuring my success. But here's the thing, because a lot of the cases I'm doing in F2L, I'm not even sure what the best way to do it is, so I have to sit there and think for like 10 or 15 seconds to think, what's the best way to do this? Because there's like a few different ways I know how to do this case. Like, I know my old way, and then maybe one intuitive way that I figured out myself, and then maybe one way that's on that piece of paper or so on. I have to choose between a few different ways, and I have to do that for a lot of different cases. So yeah, that's the reason why I was averaging 19 seconds. So basically, my goal is at some point I will have pretty much figured out the optimal way of doing all of those cases. I feel like I've made very, very significant progress on that. And I've probably done I've probably figured all or most of the cases by now. It's just a matter of like, maybe if it will come up, the case will come up, and I'll think about it for 15 seconds, and then I'll be like, okay, this is the optimal way to do it. And then I don't really get that case again for like another 50 solves, and then 50 solves later, the case comes up, and it's like, oh, wait, what do I do now? So basically, it comes down to I have to do a million kajillion solves. I mean, I could try to do like targeted practice, like try to set up specific cases. Maybe that'd be a better thing to do, actually, now that I think about it. Like, maybe instead of just waiting for them to show up in solves, I should just set up specific cases. Like basically every F2L case, have a setup for it, and then choose the angle, and then think about what's the way to solve it from that angle. So maybe that's the way I should do it, because basically that would be targeted practice, which is much more efficient practice than what I was doing. Maybe that I would actually improve much more quickly if I did that. So yeah, well, it's a little difficult though, because I solve cases differently depending on how many pairs are solved. Like, if there's an empty slot, maybe I'll use that empty slot. Maybe if it's the last pair, then maybe I'll do something differently than if it's like the first or second pair. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to do that, but I think maybe that's the way to go here. So, I literally just came up with this, but I think that I'm going to do that. So next time I do a cubing session, well, next time I want to work on my F2L, I'm basically going to try to write down like setups for all of the different cases. That'll just come down to, basically I'll take the F2L sheet that I have, and so yeah, I have a sheet with like all of the F2L cases, JPerm, like the JPerm PDF. So basically I'll take all of those cases and then come up with basically I'll just write down the inverse alg to set up the case, and then basically when I'm practicing it, I'll set up the case, and then look at it from every single angle with every single AUF, and figure out what's the best way to solve it. Depending, that's gonna be hard to do, because I'm gonna have to and I'm also gonna have to do it with every single possible empty slot. Wow, that voice crack, dude. That's why this is so difficult. That's why this is way more difficult than learning last layer algs and stuff. It's because of how many possibilities there are in F2L. There's so many possibilities. Yeah, I guess I'll have to think about that and see what I think. I think that will end up being the most efficient way to do it. But anyways, so yep, that's about it for today's vlog. Tomorrow's vlog will be a homework vlog, because I'm going to do my math homework tomorrow for the week. So, yep. All right. Thanks for watching.